Today I would like to give an acknowledgement of country. Today I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land on which we gather today and learn through the bush.
As a Dharawal woman, I extend my respect to the Dharawal peoples in which land we gather on today. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging as they allow us to learn and gain knowledge from the country on which we gather on today.
We'd also like to acknowledge the interconnected systems of knowledge around us that country has given us that we can learn from as pre-service teachers and students.
Before the first word was written, before the first page was turned, there was a library. We are taught that literacy begins with the alphabet, that knowledge lives in books, that learning happens inside 4 solid walls.
But before the first textbook was printed and the first classrooms built, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples were developing and transmitting complex knowledge systems across generations through story, song, ceremony and country.
To position country as the world's first library is not a metaphor, but an intellectual tradition that Western education has long failed to recognise. Country was not a precursor to literacy. It is literacy.
Australian classrooms define literacy through Western frameworks such as standardised testing and printed text. They're making a statement about whose knowledge actually counts.
Aboriginal oral traditions, storytelling and country-based knowledge systems are positioned as background, as context, as culture, but rarely, if ever, as curriculum. This is not an oversight. It is the ongoing legacy of colonial education systems designed to replace Indigenous ways of knowing with European ones.
When a child arrives at school carrying 65,000 years of cultural knowledge and is told that their knowledge does not belong in the literacy classroom, the message is clear. Their ways of knowing are not academic.
This tells them that their stories are not literacy. For both Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students and all students, it just diminishes their educational experience and narrows down what literacy can be. And it really silences the world's oldest voice.
A reculturalised approach to literacy education does not mean abandoning written word. It expands what the written word can mean.
When country is positioned as a teacher, when Aboriginal storytelling traditions are treated as legitimate literary form,
when oral language is valued as equally as written text, when students are invited to read the landscape as they read the page, literacy becomes something every child can access, not despite their cultural background, but because of it.
As pre-service teachers, we enter classrooms that have been shaped by over 2 centuries of colonial education. We do not enter them naturally.
We have a choice to replicate the systems that have silenced Aboriginal knowledge, or we build something new.
the first library is still open. Its knowledge has never gone out of print. Our work is to embed it.